Self-love, no matter what. A self-love practice by Anna-Vita. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. Self-love is the solution for everything that's wrong with my life. I know that now. And even though the old patterns of procrastination and self-loathing still take over, a lot more than I'd like to admit, their days are numbered. Hello, beloved, and welcome. I'm Anna-Vita, artist and self-healer. I'm honored to share my self-love practice with you in this recording. All healing is self-healing, and my own self-love, which has been healing everything, demands to be expanded as far out into the world as possible. I extend it with love to you. Make my words your own. Feel them inside you. Know they are the truth of all of us. Because now that self-love has gotten a foot in the door, it will not stop healing me. There's a lot to unravel, a lot to bring up into the light and reintegrate. I know this. A lifetime of living out the lies of not being good enough, capable enough, worthy enough, takes time to get sorted. It's a regular complex in here, like a tangle of wire embedded in concrete. But love is stronger, much stronger. Love brings up everything unlike itself for healing. And it just keeps coming up. It comes up repeatedly, in various iterations. Love keeps flooding my depths. Love keeps combing through the entanglements, clearing them, one strand at a time. Infinite patience, infinite love. It's easier each time, faster, less painful, because love is the truth. It's who we really are. The myriad ways we devise to protect ourselves from the effects of a world gone mad, a world based in fear, violence, and greed, are just that, defense mechanisms. Nothing more. They certainly feel real, and the blockages they create in us against our actual reality, love, certainly does cause us to make a long series of bad choices that lead to bad outcomes that certainly seem to confirm the lies we came to believe are true. But they're not true. It's all made up. And so tangled up. And so repetitive. The same things keep coming up in different forms over and over and over. But it's not repetitive. Well, it is. It's repetitive and not repetitive at the same time. It's because endless repetitions were what got it all so tangled up in there in the first place. So the loops have to come out. And now that self-love is blooming in my heart, this free will nonsense ain't got nothing on me. I would never choose to disregard myself or make myself small to avoid being seen by those who might feel threatened by my magnificence. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. No, that doesn't capture it. I don't merely love myself like I'm a thing I have nice feelings for. I am love. I am an embodiment of love, an extension of the creative power of the universe. Every beat of my heart is the result of this animating principle. Every breath, every function of my body, all the way down to the atomic level and into the field itself. It's all love. The universe is love. And I am as much a part of the universe as the universe is of me. They say if you were to remove all the space between your atoms, the resulting matter would fit on the head of a pin. And the vast space between my atoms is the universe, a direct reflection and extension of it. Love. I am love. Literally. There's nothing mystical about it. It's just simple logic, the nature of reality. Everything else is done with smoke and mirrors. I am, quite literally, the Alpha and the Omega. Everything that has ever been, is, and ever will be, has gone into the creation of me. The universe is a generous creatrix. She never skimps. She puts everything she has into everything. Of course, being a puny-minded mortal creature, all caught up in irrelevant human stuff, means that I don't have immediate access to everything, past, present, and future, that has gone into me. This is as it should be. Because figuring it out is part of the fun. We all signed up for this ride, like waiting in line to get on a terrifying roller coaster. We all wanted to go to the amusement park we call life, for all the crazy tilt-a-whirl emotions we would experience, the absurd distortions of the funhouse mirrors, and the frantic sugar rush from eating too much cotton candy. We were supposed to forget. Amnesia is part of the game. Because if we knew all along, if we never forgot that we are the universe and the universe is us, well, then the obviously manipulative distortions employed at our expense by our nasty stepmother for her own artificial sense of self-aggrandizement would not have any power over us. And if it didn't have any power over us, we would never feel the elation of breaking through that falsity. We would never experience the power and the glory that is rightly ours, despite having been put down, held down, imprisoned in a dark hole, just so somebody else, also caught up in made-up stuff, could swagger about a bit. Liberation is a wonderful feeling. Way better than a stupid old roller coaster, any day. But we cannot experience liberation without first experiencing false imprisonment. And all imprisonment is false imprisonment. This isn't to say that serial rapists should be allowed to remain at large and carry on as they see fit. But even serial rapists started out as beautiful, innocent embodiments of pure love. They just had extra horrible step-parents, extra traumatic conditioning. It's a species-wide complex. It's like a huge tangle of wire embedded in cement. Humanity itself has a complex, a collective complex. Over the past 6,000 years, it's been developed, cultivated, normalized, institutionalized, and internalized by everybody who was allowed to live. It's been made into venerable traditions, seemingly long-standing. Love has definitely been having a day at the amusement park. A 6,000-year-long day by our mortal reckoning, which is barely a blink of her eternal eye. This love is incomprehensibly huge. The fusion of hydrogen into helium in our one star alone generates temperatures of 15 million degrees Celsius, and our star is merely one of trillions. When love creates, she does not create with half measures. Being holographic, she puts everything she has into everything she creates. Let me say that again. She puts everything she is and has into everything she does. We can't do that. Not anymore. But only because we've been falsely imprisoned, limited, broken. But the love of the universe remains intact. Every single act of creation, every single living creature is as much a part of the universe as you. That's how profound and enormous this love is. Every butterfly, earthworm, acorn seedling, fish, and mycorrhizal fungi is an embodiment of love. Every aspect of our living planet, every cloud formation, cliff face, volcano, salt marsh, and old-growth forest, along with the infinitely subtle communities of species they support, is an embodiment of love. Every galaxy, every solar system, even the serial rapists, warmongers, murderers, liars, and thieves are all embodiments of love. None of our current religions can even come close to explaining this infinite love, being themselves too caught up in human stuff. It's not about us. This love is omniscient, omnipotent, and unspeakable. Feeling it is the only way to understand it. And feeling it dissolves the intricate complex of internalized artificial conditioning. We humans have our work cut out for us, individually and collectively both. But the individual and the collective are not separate. Each is as much a part of the other as the universe is of us, of life. We're united by our subconscious minds. Compared to our conscious minds, which are a bit slow on the uptake, our subconscious minds know virtually everything. They're tuned into the creative force of the universe. So, when our self-love becomes infused into our being to a high enough degree that it enables us to stop worrying about what others may think of us, especially those others who have never had our best interests at heart, something kind of magical happens. We are lifted a bit, up out of the black hole we had gotten so used to. There's still a lot more that needs to be dissolved, resolved back into love, to be sure. But every thin layer of internalized depression we peel off is liberating, even if it's just a little, in one small way. And it doesn't only liberate us as individuals, that sense of liberation is added to the collective. The purpose of freedom is to create more freedom. This isn't just a pithy saying, it's actually how freedom works. Freedom, love, same diff. And when our individual feelings of self-love allow us to start saying no to other people's dramas and be more choosy about what kinds of energies we want to engage with, we release a bit more of that internalized falsity. Because we are allowed to say no. We are allowed to have boundaries. We really don't have to prove ourselves to anybody. With less of that going on, we can start seeing our lives through more of a lens of truth. The need to blame others for our own shortcomings starts to fall away. This, in turn, enables us to see and take responsibility for our own bad choices and start making good ones instead. Yes, it's true that the bad choices are the result of negative programming, and it's true that the negative programming was not our fault. But the ability to see where the programming ends and we begin is enormously empowering. We are not our programming. We do identify with it strongly. But self-love allows us to disidentify with it. There is nothing but freedom in that. It frees us to start seeing things in a different light. And that means different choices, which means different outcomes. This new freedom becomes part of the collective too, because even if you live in a cave, you're part of the collective, like it or not. And it just keeps getting easier. Self-love makes everything easier. It starts to become easier to catch the old habitual negative self-talk, red-handed. When we catch ourselves talking trash about ourselves, we can stop. In the past, we never noticed, so it just went on and on, forever, on loop, continuing the programming. But with enough of an infusion of self-love, the higher part of ourselves is able to step in and calmly say, no, we're not doing that anymore. It's not true. Self-love is a truth teller. Your higher self will always tell you the truth. And with a truth teller on your side, your inner dialogue inevitably changes. It's like that thing they say about being in a relationship. Only one of you has to start making changes, and that will change the overall dynamic. And when this relationship is with yourself, all the more so. The truth really will set you free. When the truth teller becomes more and more a part of your life, you'll start letting go of feeling like you need approval from anybody. And when this starts resolving, childhood patterns no longer trigger you. The feeling of desperately needing this person or that situation to validate your existence, your ideas, your worthiness, just isn't there anymore. You will still be triggered here and there, but now, instead of flying into a rage, you can recognize it for what it is: another opportunity for healing. And don't worry, you don't have to go looking for these healing opportunities. They come along all by themselves, all the time. And they hurt. Or they always used to. Self-love makes them actually feel pretty good, for the most part. Sure, there will be parts of it that sting. But this quickly becomes irrelevant compared to the overall release into freedom. The stings start to be barely even noticeable. In fact, after a while, you almost wish it would sting more. Because a big pain means a big release. These pangs, these horrifying shocks of realization that it was all you all along, feel awful. But overcoming and resolving them feels great. It's dramatic and exciting when these big blockages are dealt with. After that, it gets more and more subtle. Now, the things that the old you would have reacted to with heartbreak, fury, or righteous indignation are barely noticeable. Or you notice, but you don't really care. You can clearly see it as their problem, whoever they happen to be this time around. You see it as a reflection of the state of their relationship with themselves, not as a statement about you. This is when you know you're gaining a lot of momentum in your healing process. That's when you know self-love has reached the point of critical mass, and it's all going to be pretty much downhill from here. Which is not a reason to stop your practice of self-love. Just the opposite. You want to do it even more. Every spare moment. Every time you're walking or driving or eating, watching a movie or gardening or talking to somebody, whatever. You're going to want to do it as endlessly as you can for the rest of your life. For 3 simple but very important reasons. 1, because it feels so good. 2, because it works so well and makes such a big difference in everything that you have to find out just how much better things can get. And 3, the collective needs a lot of help. So sing along with me. Make these words I wrote for myself become your words. We are all one. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself so much. I love myself. It's hard to believe I ever resorted to self-loathing. I love myself. It hurts me to remember all the ways I used to belittle myself, make myself unimportant, put myself last. I love myself. I look at this past version of myself and feel so much compassion. I feel compassion for the vast disconnect I was struggling to navigate. Aw, you poor sweet little thing. Look at how twisted up and distorted you've become because of the abuse, neglect, and the erasure you endured from such a young age. I'm here for you now, honey. You are loved. You are so well loved. I love myself enough to forgive all my previous desperate attempts, trying to force my life to work while being completely disconnected from the true source of myself, from love, the greatest force in the universe. It was impossible. I am happy to let go of the lies I was conditioned to believe about myself, and let in the light of creation instead. Love. I surround myself with this love, this light. I feel the warmth, the glow, the comfort of being held in the great cosmic arms of the great mother, the great grandmother, the great goddess. We literally are interchangeable with each other. I am she, and she is me. I am but one of many small, physicalized versions of her, part of the fabric of creation. But everything she is who I am too. I feel such a beautiful unity with all of creation. I feel the enormity of the universe. I feel the enormity of myself. It's been said that to know the intricacies, the enormity of your inner self, is to understand the mysteries of the universe. And it's true. Quantum physics is only now starting to understand what our species understood intuitively all the way back, in the Paleolithic days, and long before. It was understood by the ancestors of humanity, the forms we took before this one that we now call Homo sapiens sapiens. Just because nobody wrote it down doesn't mean anything. It was always part of our innate understanding. Energy, light, the unified field is love. The universe loves all of creation, not just me. I am not a separate piece. I am an integral part of the fabric. The universe is holographic, and every tiny speck of living matter is love. Not merely loved, but is love itself. A physicalized expression. Love, loving itself into flesh, into manifestation. Love translated into life, sensation, experience. I too am an expression of nature's most abundant font. I am everything too. The love and unity I feel with the creative force of the universe and with all of her creatures, for we are all one, is a beautiful, subtle, complex, symphonic, glorious explosion of endless facets of perfection. The rich, colorful, profound kaleidoscope of life. This is the love I feel for myself. For there is no difference. It's all one magnificent continuum. It's all love. I feel the wrongness of how I used to believe I was different, separate, isolated. And I forgive myself for that mistake. I hurt one of the universe's most beloved creatures, me. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. I am so sorry. How could I have done that? I love you. I love me. We are the same. I feel the love surround and infuse every aspect of my being. I feel it as divine light, warming me, warming and illuminating my emotional body, filling my emotional body with healing energy, resolving old hurts and injuries, resolving and dissolving them in a spectacular flood of perfect love, perfect light. As this surge of love flooding my emotional body becomes my new normal, I feel the healing energy translate into inspiration. It's a very heady feeling, and the desire to express it becomes of utmost importance. Tears of sadness give way to tears of joy. This feeling of healing and growth is like a guru to me. a guru for whom I have the greatest respect, because the questions generated by this inner guru are always the right questions that lead to the right answers that unfold into appropriate actions. I no longer dread or despise my shadow. Does a tree dread or despise her endarkened underworld root space? No, of course not. This is the balance to the light-filled spaces, up in the branches, the leaves, whispering in the breeze. They form a whole. And I do too, now. I love myself enough to enjoy going into my shadow. I love and respect the characters I find there, the aspects of myself I felt the need to shut away, out of sight. There are not only broken parts of myself down here, there are also great strengths, talents, and incredible attributes I had forgotten about. It feels so good to recognize my power. The newfound strength of my vulnerability expands into my mental body. I feel the divine light of love saturate my mental body, filling it with truth, shining on the false beliefs, misconceptions, and self-deceptions imposed upon me by the world. And I feel a new and wonderful sense of freedom. Thoughts and feelings are interconnected, so my love-infused emotions can only strengthen and ennoble my thoughts. I no longer believe any of the reasons for why I was made and kept small. As the light of love floods my mental body and becomes my new normal there as well, the lies about my worthiness are all shown to be what they are, lies. I feel filled with joy as these lies are vaporized in the searing, glaring light of truth. And am so relieved to be restored to my rightful place in the universe, to my home, to love, pure, unconditional love. As a being who is more and more used to being saturated with love for myself, I have new thoughts, new ideas. I feel the need to express this newfound self-love in my own unique way. I do it for the betterment of myself and for the world. I am strong enough to finally release all the old forms of lethargy and procrastination. I become highly disciplined, always showing up to do my work. It's for me. It's for the world. It's important. And I treat it accordingly, with the utmost respect. The self-respect I'd been missing until now. To discipline my thoughts and actions in accordance with the greatest love that is possible is to do right by myself, is to love myself. It's a self-replicating feedback loop, and it's brilliant. I love myself. 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 I feel the healing, restorative power of this unconditional love surge through my physical body. It runs through my body, top to bottom, bottom to top, cleansing the physical impurities, the toxins, the stored negativity and pain as easily as it cleans out the lies out of my mental body. For the aches, pains, and imbalances in my body are as much the physical manifestation of my false beliefs as I am the physical manifestation of love. Spirit moves at the speed of light, but matter has a lot more viscosity and takes a bit longer. But since matter is the expression of love, matter can be healed and restored by love. I love my physical body. I love my body so much. I love how perfectly every single one of the trillions and trillions of cells cooperate together in so many important and subtle ways to keep me alive. Even with aches, pains, and imbalances, in various areas of my body, it still works perfectly. It's so amazing. It's brilliant and beautiful. I love being alive. I love this highly sensitive garment of flesh I get to inhabit, to experience the inexpressible glory of creation. I feel so lucky to be here. The sunsets, the weather patterns, the animals, the trees and rivers, the alchemy of the soil organisms and fungi. It's all me, and it's all part of my physical reality. It's also intricate. All as intricate as the workings of my body. All the same, theme and variations. The same intricacy in every living system. It's all the same. Unconditional love, expressing, always expressing, an infinity of expressing. And I express this love for my body by taking care of it, giving it good, wholesome food, cleaning out the toxins, healing addictions, becoming cleaner, stronger, more well-rested, more well-exercised, healing on every level. When the emotional and mental bodies become more aligned and congruent with true love, the physical addictions are much easier to release. It's all connected. To feel lost, alone, depressed, jaded and ungrateful, dismissive and self-important is an insult. But the love is so great, so vast and infinite, it doesn't matter. No insult could even touch the greatness of this love. And I am worthy of all the love there is. Me. Delusional, self-deceiving, self-deprecating me. I love love. I love myself. To love myself is the greatest gift I can give to the universe. It's the greatest gift I can give to our beautiful blue living planet and all the amazing communities of plants and animals she supports. To love myself is the greatest gift I can give to the collective consciousness of humanity. The vibration of love heals, restores, and balances everything. Everything. I love myself. 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 I love everything about myself. I love my strengths, my talents, my curiosity. I love my frailties, fears, and brokenness. I love my ability to grow and to let go. I love my ability to empathize, understand, and give comfort to others and to myself. I even love the ways I have been wrong and hurt myself in misguided attempts at self-protection. I love that poor, heartbroken little child, desperate to find the way through the maze, the labyrinth of multi-generational trauma. The poor, disheveled little orphan, the poor, sweet little thing. I love this small creature's need and valiance in the face of such a painful situation. I adore the infantile attempts to cope with something outside her understanding, with something so much bigger than she can comprehend. I love the diligence of my inner child and the determination to survive. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And I forgive myself for not being experienced enough to know that adults can be wrong, and are, a lot more than they let on. I couldn't have known that then. not back then. So there's nothing to forgive. There's nothing to forgive. I let go of my perceived need of self-forgiveness. I let go of it completely and simply love myself, unconditionally, the way the universe does. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I cannot say it enough. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I cannot stop marveling at the feeling of it. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. I cannot express the depth of gratitude I feel at being able to come back home to me, home to the real me. I love myself. I love myself. I love myself. And I love you, dear listener, for we are one. I love myself. 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 I love myself.